Hello everybody, JT here, back with another video. This video I will talk about saving two-pass saving process, and then you can reuse it next time when you have the same material, same feature. For example, let's say if you face mill, you contour outside, or you rim a hole with, let's say, an M5 hole, right? So those stuff is, if you make the program, you use it every single day. So when you create a process, create a two pass, and if everything good from speed, feed, step over, depth of cut, when you figure it out, everything good, and then you save it so you can use it next time when it's the same, let's say same M5 rimmer hole from a different part. You can reuse those. The purpose of this video to show you, and also you you use this for the consistent of making your program, right? Let's say if you do aluminum every day and you don't do anything else, therefore you have everything, if you save everything from spot reel, rimmer, or spot reel and tap, or the contour outside, or the face, everything, you don't have to change anything. Well, you have to change the depth. If you a different depth, or the hole with different depth or something like that, you have to change it. But everything else, you don't have to change anything. And I've seen people that, they doing this 10-15 year, but every single part they make the program, they import the model in, they recreate, or the tool, or they figure it out, like every time that they figure out, oh, what the speed of feet I am going to use, or I am going to run. But if you do this setup, if you save and then you reload it, then you don't have to figure all those out anymore. All right, so I've saved some process, but let me show you. Let's do first it fade, right? Let's show you real quick. Face mill. Okay, so you figured out all this stuff, that whatever you want to run. Okay, so you don't just try it and then save it. No, you try it, you run it, and make sure everything good. Make sure everything that you wanted, and then you save that process. Okay, so face. Okay, let's do a few two pass here, and then I'm gonna show you how to save it and then how to load it up. Okay, then the next one will be let's do rimmer. Okay, spot reel, right, and then dream, right? So just a very basic one, but when you make this program or save this process, you have to make sure that you do it correctly, the way that you want. Okay, right. Okay, let's render this and see. So this very basic, but you can use it to save anything you want. Okay, spot reel and dream, right? Okay, everything is there, right? So okay, let's say after you got everything, you figured out everything run good, do it correctly, right? This is how you save. Okay, so double click it, jump into the process here, then you right click it, you save process. Okay, so that it face meal, you can save it, and I save a few in here to make the video. So but that's how you are going to save those processes, right? Okay, let it three of them. So you make sure you select all three, highlight all three, right click, save process, and then name it whatever you want. Okay, so the thing here is when you name this process, make sure you name it clearly. So 6 months later, a year later, you look at it and you know what it is and what material you did. So sometime I save and then I name it, let's say this face meal. If I want to save, if aluminum, yeah, you can put, like this face meal aluminum, right? If you do stainless, you put it in like that. You put, if you do titanium, something like that, right? So you get the idea. But what I meant is like name it something clearly so you can use it and you order different material with that tool pass, because this is mostly will be specifically for what kind of material you are going to run, you are going to machine, right? So usually if I face mill stainless steel, I name it face mill stainless steel, SS, something like that, or titanium or copper or whatever material you run, just so you know what it is, and then few months later you don't, forget, and then you pull the aluminum, but you run on the titanium. Okay. All right, so let's just delete all this and then I will show you how to pull it out. So let's say if the next part you do the same thing, right? Face and then contour, and then if you have that M5 dreamer in there, you can use it, that process too. So this is how you are going to load the process. Same thing over here, right? Right click, load, browse. Okay, let's do face first, right? Okay, it will take a minute, then it will import the tool over, right? So all the tool setup, all the fit and speed, if you run the same material, you don't have to do anything, you just click do it. Okay, here it change when you have a different depth, or when you have like a bigger material, you need to trim it down more, you do more step down, and then that's where you have to change, of course, right? Because it's not going to be exactly the same unless you get exactly material size and material or to machine that part, right? But I think you get the idea. Okay, let's do M5 Dreamer. Okay, do it. Okay, so render, you can see it, everything when you do this, everything come in here, and everything is the same. All right, so let's do, I think I save a contour to browse. Okay, contour. Okay, so with this contour, when I save this process, I have the tool holder in there, right? So with the tool holder, you have a different gauge length, right? And if that tool it stay the same in the machine and the same holder, you can use it. And it's nice because when you do a lot of 5-axis, it's very handy, that it import everything in and you know that it exactly what it is, especially if the gauge, the sticking out from the holder, right? Flute length, everything is all set up and everything is ready to go. So that's a nice thing about this. That's why I'm doing it. I use it for many years now. It's just easy. I mean, you know it. Face mill every time, contour outside every time. If the part have a M5 rimmer, you do it. If let's say a tap hole, right? Quarter in 20 tap hole, right? So when you load that process, it all the same in there, right? So you don't have to do anything if it's the same depth. Okay, so I want to mention this because it's not like always 100% every time it's exactly the same. It depends on the feature, depend on the depth of that hole or the depth of that. Let's say you don't drill it from zero, but you drill it from somewhere down here. You have to change this, of course. But what I mean is everything is stay the same. It tool holder, stick out, depth of cut, pack, and fit and speed. Right, all those stuff. If you use the same material, you don't have to change all those. And especially you don't have to reset up every tool every single time you do, right? I mean, I've seen people like making program every time they import the model in, they redo all this setup and everything. But I mean, it's all the same because you do it daily. You run the machine, you know what that is, you know what that tool holder is, or you know what that, in the machine, what the tool number is. So if you set up and you don't change it, you can review this, step every single time, every single day. So that's why I am doing it. And I mean, it's just a personal reference. I mean, there's nothing wrong. You can set up audit tool and do it every time. But for me, I mean, it's why I do that because it just save me time. You will be a faster program apart than other people in the shop if you do this, right? So I mean, that's why I do it all the time, and I know that whatever I choose here, it stay the same in the machine, and then therefore I can review this process. And I talk about, let's say, titanium, right? So let's say if you tap this hole today, you run titanium, right? But you don't run it for another 6 months or a year later. How can you remember all those stuff, right? So that's the reason why you save the process and then you can reuse it next time. Therefore, it will be faster and more consistent and easier on you because I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. Set these up every time, every part or every hole or something like that. So I mean, just do it once, save it, and then reuse it next time. But just to mention here, it's not always the same. Okay, different material, different depth, different speed, different peg. It apply to what material you are going to make, you are going to run on the machine. What I mean is, don't think that I say this, you can use it for everything. No, it depends. But let's say other people set all this up and figured out all this stuff why you already have, and then you load those process and you can cut your program time half or even less than that because you already done this, you already know this, and then you already you this before, and then you just reload those step and then do it. So hopefully you like it, and then hopefully you learn something with this video. And if you do, give me a thumbs up, like my video so other people can see it. And if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, make sure you do. Okay. All right. Anyway, so hope you guys like my content, and then um, comment down there if you have question or anything, or even if something I say it not correct or not right, just say it out there, because I don't think that I know everything, or don't think that I'm right all the time. So but just comment down there whatever you want to do, or what not right, or what good or what bad, something like that. Anyway, take care, and see you guys next time. All right, goodbye now.